Hey everybody, hopefully this is working. So I'm trying to basically go live pretty much every day here, if I can, to just knock out a bunch of projects. And unfortunately, the last project that I started on, well, it it kind of got derailed because my desoldering gun here got clogged up, so I can't really continue with some of my projects. I can start on others, but this is kind of one of the things I need to address before I do other stuff, which is kind of frustrating. Solder me. All right. Okay. So let's. All right. Let's unlock this thing. And then solder just flies out of it into my mouth, which is fun. How are you doing, Dad Chris? Alright. So we're going to do where we drill out this thing like I did in one of my latest videos. If you haven't watched it, feel free to go watch that because Lord knows I could use the views. Basically, sorry. Basically, this hot air soldering station, wow, this desolder vacuum, I'm bad at like multitasking here, gets clogged up with solder, and it's very frustrating. So, I need to drill it out. Oh, I forgot. I should be putting on my safety glasses because I don't want anything flying into my eyes. Oh. Come on. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna give it one more pass here. Hopefully. Alright. So, Chris, you already know what I'm going to ask you, because I ask you this every single time. Helldivers? Helldivers? What you thinking? There we go. So, it should be working again, because that's really all I needed to knock out there. It's frustrating I have to do this, but whatever. It's a cheap desoldering station that works good most of the time. Okay, yeah, let me know, because I want to be part of taking Cyberstan. This is historic. We have to be part of taking Cyberstan. I know we did the, like, 2 or 3 missions, but I just saw there's Sief soldiers that are stuck, and we have to help them. Helldivers is like my favorite thing. I love that game. Alright. So now that's done, I can do other things that don't really involve that. I have a couple of these controllers that they're both essentially parts controllers, for better or worse. One of them, the D-pad doesn't work. One of them, the analog stick doesn't work. And I realized, why don't I just make one working controller out of both of them? Goal is to eventually, like, fix everything wrong with them, you know, but I don't know. I have a ton of these things, and in the meantime, at least I can get, like, one really working, you know? So, that's kind of my goal here. And I figure I'm also going to steal one of the analog sticks, not analog sticks, one of the thumbsticks off of the, like, one that becomes the Super Parts controller. And I'm going to put that on the one that we fixed yesterday. Those are for a 360. What? Here, let me actually use the red mat, because you can't really see anything with the black mat. I just want to do that so that way I can take this and just dump the contents of this one. Because I knew that I was going to be tearing apart this thing, and I didn't want all the... No, these are for an Xbox One. These are Xbox One controllers. I do have 360 controllers by my feet, though. I have this one here, which has a bad L and some slight stick drift. And I have this one here, which has some slight stick drift. I don't remember which stick, but those are on the docket to eventually fix. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I need to get fixed. It's overwhelming. I just put a giant scratch in this. That's awesome. But it's kind of what the point of these daily streams are here for the month of February, to just get some stuff done, you know? Making Sony look late. Really, they seem to have really spent time working in that controller between systems. I personally, so in my opinion, I like the Xbox One controller the best. I know people like the PS5 controller more. I just like the layout better. Even on my computer and my PC, I play with an Xbox One controller. I use one that we fixed on stream a long time ago, and then I have also that red one that I've fixed on stream, and I've also fixed off stream on a regular video. Like, the red one's got fixed a bunch of times. It's the same as the 360. No, it's different. It's similar. It's similar, but it is different. Like, they are similar, but not quite the same. I do like the layout. How? Well, they don't look the same. that's how. Explain like you're 5. I mean, they're similar. It's just they're physically a different shape. Like, this one's more ooh, and this one's more ugh, you know? Actually the Xbox One S, which I don't know that I have one near me. I don't. The Series S controllers, which also look similar, but this is more of a round thing instead of this just straight up cross. Those have Bluetooth, whereas neither of these have Bluetooth. They are very similar. We changed the kerning on the logo. Listen, I'm happy with what they've done, okay? I like the Xbox One controller. I'm a big fan. Yes, the PS5 controller is technically more advanced, but it technically is more of a pain to work on. Alright, so don't care. I like Xbox One controllers. I like working on Xbox One controllers. I haven't been happy since 2008. I mean, I think that's the year you met me. Honestly, I think you met me in 2008. You haven't been happy since you met me. I think that's the... I think there's something there. When we're drinking all the Shamrock Shakes, we could... Yeah. Golly. I do miss Shamrock Shakes, but now they do horrible things to my stomach that I'm not a fan of. what's going on. Well, I'm taking apart two bad controllers that have two different issues, and I'm gonna make one good, well, technically two good controllers out of it because I have a third controller over here that I need parts off one of these on. So that's kind of really the plan for today, and you already missed me working on other stuff, but yeah, that's really about it. And then maybe I work on one of my GameCube controllers that I have down here. I have a whole box of things that I need to work on, but the one of these has a bad analog stick where the actual stick on it is bad, and the other has a bad D-pad. I think this is the one with the bad D-pad. So I'm gonna take this one apart. And the plan is basically I'm just gonna put the bad D-pad and the bad analog stick together, and that can be a super future project maybe, or just continues being a parts controller. I have so many of these Xbox One controllers. It's 4 by my feet right now. Like, here's a couple more. Here's another one. I have a ton. I actually don't even remember this one, so I don't know where this one came from. But yeah, I have a lot of these. So I'm okay with having one parts one for right now. And then I'm sure I'll go OCD and try to fix that one too. But the goal is, it's kind of, as I've been saying, is these streams are, I'm just trying to fix some of my backlog here. Some easy stuff to get rid of the fact that I have 4 controllers by my feet right now of Xbox One. I have a whole nother box of just GameCube controllers next to me and some other stuff that, you know, I just want to knock some of this out. Some easy things, and then I can get rid of some controllers. How are you doing, Chris and Chris? Both Chris's. How is your night going? Anyone watch the Team USA women's hockey? It was a wild game. So many Chris's in the world. They won. I know. Spoilers. Yeah, they won that in overtime. That was it was crazy because the Team USA for the women's hockey had only let in one goal. It was like 31 to, I think it was 31-1 with the amount of goals they scored, which was like 31, and they only let in one goal the entire finals, or the entire the entire Olympics. And they finally let in versus Canada in the finals. It was 1-0 Canada, and then they scored in the last like 2 minutes. So it was crazy. Thank you. I appreciate the super chat of whatever that face is. There we go. Alright, let me take a look here. Which is the one that has... Yeah, so this is the one that definitely has the bad analog stick. I can see where it has a lifted pad. And realistically, I need to find where this trace goes and run a wire to it. But I'm not doing that. Maybe a later date. Not now. When I run out of other projects to do, I can deal with this one. The only 2 screws. Is that it? was going to be a pain in the butt. I was hoping I could just take that off easy. But no, we're going to have to pry the plastic up. Come on. Come on. That just shot off. Oh, maybe I can get this out. Hey, I'm being lazy. Alright, what do we got here? Alright, so I have to desolder these wires here and here. And can I slip this through? Do I need to desolder these two? No, I'm gonna have to desolder those as well. And take a photo of how everything goes. Okay. Now I have to desolder these wires so I can swap them with these wires. I'll wait for my soldering iron to heat up. In the meantime, we can remove you. I wonder if I could just remove the center board and swap that instead. Would that be easier? Does the center board require any soldering to swap that? I don't know. I'm just going to desolder the wires. It's fine. I'm trying to find any excuse to be lazy. Controllers are my least favorite thing to work on. I just got done with 3 PS5 controllers. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have one PS5 controller that I have to work on still that actually the other Chris in this chat here gave me. I'm not looking forward to swapping the analog sticks on them. But I actually like working on controllers. I have, like I said, like literally by my feet here, I have multiple boxes of just various controllers that I just pick up broken, get them fixed up, and then send them on their way somewhere or keep them. Like I have this Xbox 360 Halo 3 edition that I just picked up for myself for my collection because I have actually the console that goes with. But I don't mind working on the controllers. The one thing, so if you've done the Hall effect sensors, I heard that you basically have to calibrate them. How much of an annoying pain is that? Like the sensor. Out of the box, it doesn't just work, right? You have to kind of set that up and calibrate it. Or tune it, dial it in, I guess. Which that's been kind of what's kept me from doing the Hall effect sensors, because I don't know enough about it realistically. I do know they are better, or at least they should last longer, at the very least, without drift. With PS5, there's a site to calibrate them, which is really easy to use. As soon as my laptop turns on, I'll send it. Please do. Please do. Actually, I wonder if I have it. Because if it's the same one for the PS3, is it DualShock-tools.github.io? If it's that, fair repair is GameCube. Because I do have the other one, which I use for PS4 controllers, which PS4 controllers are literally my least favorite to work on. Yes, okay. Cool, I do have that. I haven't used it for Hall effects or anything. I've just used it with PS4 controllers because PS4 controllers are just a nightmare. Come on. Get out of there. You ever replace the analog or the thumbsticks on Wavebird controllers? Because I found a very strange issue. The replacement sticks, because I use the same like replacement stick as I would for your regular GameCube controller, but I found it doesn't sit tall enough, so it rubs. And unless you pull it all the way up, like in the actual GameCube controller. So when it's sitting down flush, it rubs really bad. Unless you pull it all the way up, then it doesn't rub. So I'm guessing whatever's in the Wavebird controllers are just slightly different than the regular GameCube controller sticks. Because I replaced a couple, and then I found out they rub when they're like this. They don't like roll properly. So I'm wondering if there's a different stick I can get, or if there's some sort of spacer, because some of these obviously are absolutely gnarly. Okay. So this board is out. This is the bad D-pad. This is the good analog stick. So we are going to keep those. We're going to try to remember all of that. I'm not working on one of those yet, but I do have a couple that I need to get out at some point in time. Yeah, because I just use the same regular AliExpress cheapo, sticks. And they work great on your regular, GameCube controllers, but once it's time to put in the Wavebird, it doesn't fit right. I think I've been here a while ago when you're working on a PS4 controller. Possibly. I have so many PS4 controllers, and I've taken a temporary hiatus because every time I work on them, there's just a new issue, and they are my absolute least favorite thing. I don't know if I'm cursed. I don't know what it is. But PS4 controllers, I hate working on them, and I have stacks of them. It's that and the original Xbox console. Those are my two least favorite things to just work on in general. Every original Xbox I work on, it just I can't get one working. I will take it apart, I'll recap it, I'll do everything, and they fight me the entire time. I hate original Xboxes. I like the console. I hate working on original Xboxes. Alright, gotta remember. Bad, good. Bad, good. Okay. Alright, I think we're good here. I'm totally going to screw something up. I'm going to mix up whichever one's which. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh, that's toasty on my fingers. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. What issues have you been having with the OG? I fixed a bunch, but I have 15 that don't read discs. All of them don't read discs. I have basically, I'll have where they just don't read discs, or it'll start to read a disc and then it just freezes. So I started recapping them, and that did not go well. So after recapping them, I've had where one, I tried redoing the thermal compound, which I'm guessing I damaged the chip in doing it. I don't know what I did, but it now gives me a weird blinking light that I've never seen before, so that's fun. So I might have somehow damaged the chip. I didn't pay attention to which way these came out. Which one's left and which one's right? Oh, I'm an idiot. I should have paid attention to that. These are two physically different sizes. I'm guessing this was right and this is left. Small left, physical right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I've been running into that, and then when so recapping them is a pain in the butt to do. Absolutely hate doing it. And then on top of that, after it's been recapped, then I find out, well, the disk drive still doesn't work. So then I've got to recap the disk drive, because those are like the next thing that's failing. Those are all surface mount capacitors. It's just so much work, and it's such a pain. And I don't really find a lot of people are like trying to buy original Xboxes, so I'm doing a ton of work for seemingly nothing. So I just have a stack of them that I have to work on. I'm not really a reseller, but like I take care of my friends or whatever that need them. So what was I looking for? This. I want to swap out this stick here with this one. We're now going to have 3 controllers in front of us. All right. Good. We're going to put these together. Good. Why don't I just put the good one together? All right. I need to focus. I'm all over the place. Oh. Okay. I got it. Oh yeah, and then on top of that, the hard drives are all failing too. So it's just a cluster of so many issues, and like you fix one thing and there's just another issue, and you fix one thing and there's just another issue. So what I want to do is I actually bought one of the kits to convert the hard drive into SSD. And one of the ones I have with a bad hard drive, I'm just going to experiment swapping that with an SSD. I know SSDs aren't really going to fix much on them, but it's just one of those for fun kind of things. I just want to do it. But the problem is with that is now SSDs are a crazy amount of money. So, story of my life. Fix one thing and something else fails. That's genuinely just how it is. Well, like the last stream we did, I was replacing this analog stick in here, and then the left bumper stopped working. So then, or that was 2 streams ago. So then the next stream was just fixing the left bumper. So now I'm taking this apart. I'm actually going to steal one of these better analog or thumbsticks, put it on here. Just fun stuff. All right, let's get some flux. Okay, so SQ1. There we go. Easy peasy. I actually can't really read this. So SQ6 and 5. So 5 is gray. And oh, I got something in my eye. Ugh. Ooh, hot. Okay. Got those in there. Now, let's get our red and black. Oh, the dumbest one that I have that I've been struggling with is a, what is it called? Not CDI, 3DO. I bought a broken 3DO with a bad laser. Bought a replacement laser, $50 for the replacement laser. And I don't know if the replacement laser doesn't work or there's something else bad, but the replacement laser also isn't doing anything. So I'm wondering if I need to recap it. But okay, we're gonna have to add a little more solder to this little pad here. So you're working on anything cool or fun right now? Also, my next video that I'm currently editing is me fixing a Wii U that had stick drift that I was just replacing the pads. It's only funny because the entire beginning of the video is just me talking about how easy this is and how it's such a simple repair. And it is the only one I've ever come across that was not a simple repair. And it was the weirdest issue. It had different analog sticks than I've ever encountered. I have the Gold Star video that I've constantly restarts. I'm thinking it may be a RAM issue. That's cool. That's really rad. So, fun fact: Gold Star. Do you know who Gold Star ended up becoming? Lucky Gold Star ended up becoming LG. They changed their name because Gold Star had such a bad reputation for reliability, so they just changed it from Lucky Gold Star to LG, which I think is hilarious. But anytime I find anything that says Gold Star, I'm like, this is before they they changed their name. All right, let's get you all there. I'm just gonna add a little more solder in here too. I really want one of the I work with Retro Game Store, a couple of resellers fixing stuff. That's actually kind of what I do too. I do work with a Retro Game Store, repairing stuff for a couple of Retro Game Stores actually. And then my friends give me broken trash that they found, and they go, "Hey, can you fix this?" And it's hard finding time to work on my own projects. But that's really cool that, especially if you can get, like, stuff like that, where you can get other people, you know, essentially hiring you to be their repair person. Okay, cool. So this one, in theory, should be done. And I can put this all back together. All right. I know what that is. I work 2 jobs and have a 4-year-old. Yeah. I do this. I work a full-time job. This is my hobby is repairing stuff. So basically my hobby is working. And then I also do photography. Yeah. It's just between fixing stuff, editing videos, editing photos, and then actually working. No kids over here, though. Just 2 fat, fluffy cats that live very posh lifestyles that I'm envious of. They live a better life than I do. I want to test this before I put this all the way back together. Let me hook this into Gamepad Tester. I'm just going to test this off screen. I really need to figure out how to, like, share my screen when I'm doing this. So that way people can see what I'm working on. Okay, all buttons work. This is fixed. I fixed the thing. I go, me fixing the thing is just, I took apart something else and stole the parts off of it to make one working thing, but this one's working now. And then I'm going to steal parts off this to put onto there. And I should probably screw this in place. Where is my bits? I don't think you were the right one. I don't know what I did with the ones that came out of this one. If you have Discord, feel free to post a photo of your gold star in my Discord, because that's super rad. I'm very envious of that. Is it the front tray or is it the pop open? I have 2 of the pop top ones, the Model 2 ones. I want one of the front tray opening ones. Not that it's any different, I just hoard stuff in my collection. I just picked up a Atari Jaguar. That's going to be a video because it needs a recap. I'm guessing. After, it's got the weirdest issue. When you're playing it for 30 minutes, you have to literally just let it run for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, it will then, a line will appear on the screen. And you're like, okay, that's weird, like just straight down the screen. And then you let it play for a little while longer, and then another line appears on the screen. And then another line. It's very strange. So I'm gonna throw that one through a recap as well. See if that fixes it. If not, we'll go spelunking and try to figure out what's wrong with it. I don't like whatever's going on in there. That's gross. What is all that? I think this one's going to go on the bad controller. Good controller gets the nicer looking front faceplate. Okay. Switch bits back again to the larger bit. And we will throw this back together. Rear shell. Don't want that one. Am I blind? What did I do with the other rear shell? Oh, it's over here. We're going to try to line up everything. Boom. Nope. What are you caught on? There we go. There we go. I think my real dream would be to start a movie review, just podcast. Because I watch so many movies, and so many of them are terrible. And I just kind of want to do a thing where it's like, I watch bad movies so you don't have to. My friends make fun of me because instead of watching, like, I've never seen Lord of the Rings, but yet I've seen terrible movies like this horror movie called Razorblade Smile. And I will just pick up trash DVDs and just go, oh, let's see what this random, horrible B action movie from the 80s is. And it's always bad. I actually just picked up the, what was it called? Paragon Lost, which was the, made by BioWare. It was the, Mass Effect anime that kind of filled in some of the blanks. It didn't really fill in much. It was just all stuff we already knew. But it was a nice little filler DVD. It takes place after Commander Shepard is dead. And just kind of with some of the Marines. One of them ends up being your follower. I can't remember his name. He's the main character in it, and I literally can't think of his name, and I just watched it today. But it was alright. It passed the time. There we go. Cool. This is nice and fixed up. This is good to go. I'm going to hook this up to my Xbox and make sure there's not an update that needs to be done on it, because they have a really weird way of doing updates with them where you have to hook them to the Xbox and then go to accessories and then select update. Otherwise, Microsoft won't tell you if there's an update. Looks beautiful. Done. Just chucked that across my room. Alright, I want to take this stick off because it bothers me. I should have done this yesterday when I had it apart, but it's fine. I'm doing it now. Also, what's fun is I think one of my hard drives on my computer is starting to fail. Crystal Disk Info is saying that it's kind kind of in the warning stages, which is concerning because hard drives are really expensive now. Well, you know, SSDs and everything. So, not happy about that. I know I have a 1 terabyte SSD somewhere floating around. I don't remember where I put it, but I bought it for the Xbox video I was going to make that I'd never made. So I kind of need to find that so I can just swap in that for my so I can swap my Xbox or my hard drive on my computer with that one. Okay. This one's got a gouge in it. I wonder if we can... It's fine. I'm not going to change that out. That's being a little too picky. Alright, we got much better sticks now on this one. So I'm going to chalk this one up as finally complete as well. So now we have 2 complete Xbox One controllers. 1 in pieces. I'm going to put that back together though. Alright, that one's done. Okay. Cool. Now, let's gotta put this thing back together. Gotta look at the photos because I don't remember. Oh, you uploaded a photo. Hey, that is gorgeous. So that is the front load one. I am very jealous. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but if you are, I want you to know I'm very jealous of that. Alright, so you go here. It's not mine. It's been for one of the resellers for their personal collection. Well, I'm envious. Best console. Ooh. Yeah, I just saw one on eBay in the box for like $2,000. I was like, golly, those are so crazy expensive. I think we were. So did you get that? I know it's such a nice look. Oh, I know. I love that thing. So did you get that stateside or did you travel abroad to get that? 3G. Okay. I'm happy to have finally found a Jaguar. That's been one of my bucket list consoles. My bucket list is now just the Neo Geo and a Philips CDI. I think that's it. I don't know what else I'm missing at this point. Like obviously stuff like the Panasonic Q is really cool. I have in my possession the very weird, which I have to fix for someone, uh, APC M1000 console, which is very rare, and there is basically nothing online about schematics or anything, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing. But the controllers don't work, and I've rebuilt the controllers, and they still just don't work. So I'm thinking it's one of the chips. So at this point, I'm just gonna probably buy replacement like controller chips and see if that fixes it. Because I don't know. I also fully recapped it too. That didn't do anything, but I don't know. It's whatever. Cap kits are cheap. Game store got in town, trade in but not working. Bought it from them because I just had to have it. I feel like that's very common with those. For whatever reason, they just all seem to have. Like I don't know if they had, if it's the disk drive on the front or what. Since it doesn't have like the pop top, it has the disk drive. But you know, every time I see them, it's for parts not working. But I would gladly pick up a broken one to fix and keep for myself. Red button. What ended up being the issue with it? Get back in there. I don't really care about how this looks because this is the broken one, but I do still want this back together just in case I do ever decide to either fix it or rob parts off of it. Cool. That was a giant mess. Fixed the ColecoVision not too long ago. From what I read, some of the older stuff fails from static, which was a case for the controllers not working on the ColecoVision. Well, here's the weird part. So the controllers on the MP1000 are directly attached to the motherboard. They're not like the ones that come out. The ColecoVision, yeah, the ColecoVision had controller. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. That had controllers that are detachable. So was it the controllers themselves that were bad, or was it something on the board that was bad? I feel like, so I switched. So I basically took apart the whole thing, removed both controllers, swapped them left and right. So first I rebuilt both of them because they have just those little metal domes, you know, and capped on tape. So I rebuilt all of them, cleaned it, everything should work, still doesn't. So then I took the whole thing apart, unplugged both of them, swapped them, still didn't work. So nothing was working there on either controller, which is weird. So I feel like that kind of eliminates the controllers, because odds are both of them wouldn't be shot, you know? It'd probably one or the other controller. So then I took, I recapped the full thing. That didn't do anything. And then, yeah, I mean, everything, you know, beeps with the multimeter where it's supposed to beep. So I'm thinking it's a chip, maybe? It was the 2 chips on the controller on the main board. Yeah. So I'm thinking it might be similar, where a chip on the main board itself is borked and needs to be replaced. But I haven't continued. I kind of stopped looking into it after a while because I've just been working on smaller, easier projects lately. Like this, just because there's so many of these around me that I'm trying to unbury myself. And then I can work on the bigger projects after I've unburied myself from all of the little nonsense. I don't know if it's a good strategy or not, but it's kind of the strategy that I'm going with right now. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I need you. I just bought cap kits for 2 Atari 2600s that I want to redo. One is one that I found that I bought at a flea market. It's one of my old shorts, one of my first ones that I did, where it's just the most water damaged console I think I've ever encountered. So I bought a cap kit for that. There's so little to an Atari 2600 that I feel like I probably can just fix that in like a couple hours. And then I have another one that the controllers are giving me some kind of weird issues also, speaking of controllers. And that's another one that I was just going to refresh do a kind of a whole capacitor redo on that. See if it's just the fact that it's old. Okay, why did that shift? There we go. Gosh. I always feel like I'm breaking these. They like snap together in such a stupid way. Okay, this is the borked controller. Borked controller can go back on the shelf. Oh, I didn't screw in the little tiny screws. I forgot the tiny screws. I don't care about this one, so I'm rushing through it. Forgetting steps. Where's the other tiny screw? There it is. Alright, swapping bits. Bits and bobs. My brain's mush. Happens all the time. Get a controller back together and forgot to put the thumbs. Oh yeah. That's my favorite is when you have something all back together and you have bonus screws left over and you're like, oh, so nice of Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, whoever to include bonus screws. Because I don't know where those went, but there's definitely little screws left over. My thing I'm notorious for doing, and I actually did this on last stream, is when I put these controllers back together, I always forget to line up these battery tabs, and it slides underneath, and then I go to put a battery in, and I go, oh, there's no battery terminal. So it has to come all the way back apart. Is that it? Did I get all the things? Okay. Junk controller is done. This can go on the junk shelf with all my other junk controllers and junk parts. And then I got 2 controllers done, and I fixed my desoldering station, which is really what I needed to do. So, alright, that was kind of successful night. Sort of. Throw that over there. Alright, that was an hour stream, so I think I'm done for the night. I appreciate you hanging out and just chatting with me. It makes the time go by faster and makes working on this nonsense a lot easier and nicer, you know? So I appreciate you hanging out. I hope you have a good night, and feel free to post any of the process of any of your stuff in the Discord. Especially if you find out anything like what ended up happening to be the issue with the gold star, you know, stuff like that. Feel free to update us, because I find that fascinating and it's good for other people to learn. So you have a great night, man. I appreciate you. Talk to you later.